Ooh, I want the Deagle. Looks so good. Deagle's still bad, but I hope they fix the Deagle and then I can use that. Hypnotic. No, not skulls. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ah! Only one off. Ugh. Ugh. Minimal wear. Ugh. Blech. Hello guys, welcome back. A very big update has just been released. We're going to go into all the maps that have changes. I'm going to show you the changes which are important. I also got a new inventory corner. I'm going to show you this first. Looks amazing, don't you think? Oh man, so good. So good. Right guys, we're on Inferno, and I would first like to start this video by saying that I'm really kind of proud that they finally changed the bomb radius on Inferno, presumably after watching my video. The bomb radius is bigger now, just as on Nuke. It's also bigger. We will find out in this video how this affects your gameplay, but first we're going to start with the changes. First up is they reduced the price of the Scout or the SSG-08 from 2500 to 2000. This makes it quite a cheap weapon, which can instantly kill when getting a headshot. I think people will want to buy it a little more often because it's so much cheaper. If it was only 2500, you could also say, well, you can buy a FAMAS. Now it's cheaper, so it might find more play. Still, it isn't a very good weapon. They reduced the price of the Molotov and the incendiary grenade because it wasn't used that often. I'm not sure if this will be enough because the other grenades are so good and can be used in so much more different situations, while the Molotov and the incendiary also are quite limited in their use. They reduced the Glock damage from 33 to 28, which is good. Glock was very powerful. It still has the aim punch, but I think this should help it and make the pistol rounds a little bit more balanced. And some random stuff. Fixed mission collision in a area in mid. I don't know for sure what it is. They made the railing more easier to see through. Well, you can easily spot that this is different now. It's much more clear, and I think this is a good improvement. It was very annoying if somebody can hide behind the railing. They widened the door, will go there next, reduced wall penetration, and of course the C4 explosion radius. Let's go to the door. It's indeed quite a bit wider. I'm not sure how this will affect the gameplay. I think it makes it easier to walk inside because well, the door is wider, of course. It also means that people can be standing here and make this shot easier. I think because the door is moved a little bit to the right, and this gives you plenty of time to make a shot, especially with the AWP. So people have to be aware of that if they're going to defend or rotate, that you should really peek that, because you can't just ignore it. And well, you can ignore it, but the risk is that you die, of course. I've planted the bomb in a standard location. I'll stand in the corner where you would normally survive. We'll see how much damage it does. Terrorists win. So this is a little bit disappointing that I'm still living. I did get a whole lot more damage, but as you could see, 41 points for my armor and about 80 for my health, which means I'm still alive. Oh well, yeah, it should be possible, I guess. On other maps it's the same as well, but this just seems very close. Perhaps it's farther than you think. Right, now we're on train. We are not going to cover Nuke, Mirage or Dust 2 because there are not so many changes on those maps. Some of the changes are important, like the increased C4 explosion radius, but if I want to cover them all, then it will take too much time. So they changed this, which is entirely not important because you should never fight here, because the counter-terrorists shouldn't be pushing and the terrorists can't be, unless you're saving your weapon. Almost never, or in the public there's a lot of fights there. But they widened this, which makes not a big difference. I think it's not that much wider. They added these things under every single train, so it blocks the view, and I think this is very important. It's hard to say how this exactly plays out, but it favors the terrorists, that for sure, because they can very easily push push to the right, push to the left, because you just can't see them. They also removed this visibility that you can see through them, because they now added these things. They reduced the size of, I think, this area. It says, where is it? Reduce size of CT sniper position. Is that this one or that one? And they removed some things as well. Yeah, they removed some cover from CT sniper position, but I'm quite sure they removed cover from here, so maybe this area is smaller. I'm not too certain. They removed this little fence, which is not a big deal, and they added this area, which is a huge deal. This is mainly a terrorist area now, because previously you could stand here and of course you had the risk, but yeah, there was a high reward, and you could always, if you peeked out, then they were always in this line or perhaps above. But now they can also stand in that area, so it makes this area much more terrorist. This area really belongs to the terrorists now, because as a counter-terrorist you can't really stand here because you expose yourself. If you stand close, then this seems like a good position, but you can't peek out. Same goes for here. This is just a plain bad position because you have two heights and not that good. Of course, if a counter-terrorist manages to get over here, they can get cover from that thing, so then it will be easier for them. But this means that this area really belongs to the terrorists now. They also added ladders at the back of each train, which I like as well. This means you can this gives the terrorists more opportunity to make a peek, and they've removed this where you could spot them. More opportunity to make a peek because, well, this is of course slow and not ideal, but it at least gives you the opportunity. When the ladders were on the side, you just couldn't do it because there was way too much risk. If you're in a fight, for example, with somebody way over there, then you can now climb up. Risk is that you will still get shot, but less likely. They also removed these invisible little ladders that were here, which makes it that you can actually run off the train without getting stuck on the ladder. I made a video of that way back and now they're gone. Also a good thing. Last thing on train, I think they moved that train a little bit further toward that side. I'm not sure how this will affect the gameplay, but they added this thing which blocks a lot of the view, but on the other hand it also gives the counter-terrorist a bit of cover when they want to peek out. So I would say that this train helps the counter-terrorist, although it is blocking some of the view. And then the last map we are going to cover, Stag. And wow, what have they changed? This is really shocking to me, because Stag is a map that has always been the same, sort of. For so many years it has been the same. The same map, the same imbalance. They did a few little changes, but now they changed so much. Perhaps I'm even going to have fun playing on this map again as a terrorist. We'll see. Well, what I first want to show you is they removed all the silly stuff I complained about earlier. You can no longer look through it, but then of course you notice those things already. They added a bit more cover on a bomb site. I suppose. Ooh, nice spot. Nice. If you have planted the bomb, you can camp here. Be super lame, but I guess they can easily peek you and see you. Well, right. This boxes on the bomb site, of course, favor the counter-terrorists. So these changes are a little bit counter-terrorist favored because they increase the amount of cover. They changed these boxes. These are very high now. I don't think I can stand up them. No, that's most likely blocked. You were able to stand on this box and then jump, but of course that is no longer possible, which means this is a terrorist favored change because you have less possibilities to guard this area. Because if you peek like this, you expose yourself. This was the case already, but now, well, a little bit less safe is this area now. They removed the railings, which is not a big deal, and they added this thing in the middle. Whew. Man. What does this do? It gives you cover from that area over there. So this is huge. This is huge. You can be more safe if you go around this corner. Of course they can still be standing over there. You can peek like this even, and you can just see their heads. So that's also a good change for the terrorist. Of course you need to do it very slowly, and you still, if you peek this corner, this is a very dangerous peek because you expose yourself to this much area right after you peek. But I guess it also gives the opportunity to make some kills, and makes it easier to go towards this area. Then this, they added this little connector thingy, and I'm not sure what to think about it. It looks good, but what it also does, it reduces the time it takes for the counter-terrorist to rotate towards this area, because if you were previously standing like over here, you had two options. You could go that way, or you can go all the way around if you want to go towards here. Now this is of course a good change in the spirit of map design, because getting all the way around sucks and going here also does suck. But this means this is a counter-terrorist favorite change because it reduces the rotate times for the counter-terrorists. And the last thing I want to show you in this video is they added these 3 planks, which gives the terrorist a safer opportunity to walk out the door, because there could be an AWPer standing over there and he could see you if you walked out the door. This is no longer possible. You have to take in mind that this is very spammable though. So you can walk to the right side all the way to here without being spotted by an AWP or by somebody standing in the door. Of course, if somebody is standing over there, they can spot you, but this gives the counter-terrorist 1 spot less to stand. So very terrorist favorite change, which I really like, because the terrorists need some help on this map. So those were the changes. I really hope Stag gets more balanced now and that we can play it more often. I'm not sure if this is enough, because the map is still very counter-terrorist favorite, especially because they added this rotate thing, which I like in map design, but for balance it gives the counter-terrorist more opportunities. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Yeah, that was the video. Thank you for watching.